Episode 17. Here we are, baby. It's me, your boy, along with your girl, along with your other girl, and along with Candy. Guys, welcome on in to episode 17 of VchiBanter.
VchiBanter.
We bring the real stuff.
I like being pixelated, but I kind of missed it being like 3D,
full 3D.
Yeah.
In the previous episode, yeah, we were the characters from our new game, Stardust Skate, baby.
Yeah. Sorry, my leg was like.
That was kind of fun, though.
That was fun.
Despite, yeah, like I had a lot of fun just messing around with the facial expressions and stuff because they are just so locked in that when you make a face, it just goes bloop and moves right to it. Whereas this is like real time and like in motion. It feels
feels different. Yeah, the pixel stuff is based on voice. So when we were using it, it was going off of our face, so it was like glitching out a lot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Rose is just disassociating to have the cute little uwu face and just like rocking back and forth.
It's true.
I was watching her.
But I was also fixated on the fact that my eyes didn't move, so it felt like I had no soul, and I was like, "Oh God, I'm like a little demon creature."
Well, let's just redo last episode right now. Like so.
No.
You on that side
all the same
on
topics.
the table. Continue talking. I am messed up.
Okay.
In the head.
Rose, how are you?
How am I? I'm also messed up in the head. I'm gonna be real with you.
Okay, well, tell me about it.
Oh God, tell you about it. What, my messed up head, or just?
Yeah.
Oh God, it's sweet ADHD, Shia. But
Love
also, you know that hat
I'm not
that
messed up in the
says-
head anymore. I got I recovered.
We're doing this
Sorry
side of the
about that.
table kind of thing. If you could just do your side of the table thing while we do this, okay?
Yeah.
You can't ask us to cover and then groan and moan over there, okay?
I don't like the way they're breathing into the microphone, Shia. I feel like
The
someone's gonna
most
be jacking off
unwatched
to this.
episode of VchiBanter, episode 17, because everyone got too intimate with their microphones like 3 minutes into the episode.
Could you imagine we go back and we watch like the whatever's the lowest viewed episode and be like, what happened? Like,
Dude,
No, that's how I get toxic.
One of
I
our
think
highest right now is when we went outside around the campfire.
Oh, don't make me go outside again.
Dude.
Yeah.
I was saying that makes sense that Shai gets one guide because he's the one guy in VchiBan.
True.
Buff's the one that got one guide. What do you mean?
No, it wasn't.
No, it was Shia.
It was Shia.
Shia is the one that got
I don't
tilted
get
about that guy saying
Rose.
that we never got,
You're gonna be shocked, but I don't get one guy. I don't give a fuck what people think about me or say or do. So I don't care. Shia on the other
You just care
hand.
what you think about yourself.
Yeah.
The only
Actually, we
reason I'm
confirmed
saying
it was
this-
one girl.
The only way I'm saying
It
reason I'm
was.
saying this is because I did not hear Shia bitch about it once. It was always you
Oh, I was just
that I
bitching about
heard
being
talking
outside.
about it.
I just didn't like
Oh
being
yeah, she was complaining about it that side.
I was
I
complaining
remember
about
Shia
outside.
Shia was being like, somebody in the comments said we are not making the most out of being 3D. Like that's in my
I'm
mind.
just saying. I'm just saying. Okay, now
Someone in the
you
comments.
guys over there on that table, you do a thing while I fix something.
Okay.
Okay, now you guys have to talk.
Candy, what kind of books are you reading?
None.
Me neither. I don't read books, so we're
I
on
used
the
to
same
read a lot.
page.
I feel
Candy?
like, dude, actually, I was laying in bed last night having a crisis because I was like, I don't write as much as I used to. But then also, I think that I'm having that doctor's appointment thing where I know that soon I'm gonna have to write a bunch of stuff. So I'm kind of saving I'm disinclined to get engrossed in something because I'm gonna if I know that my flow state is gonna get interrupted or I know that I'm gonna have to shift gears, I just can't do something for a couple of days and then stop. Like it makes me stressed. So I'm just like, I just don't give a fuck. I'm not doing anything. So
Yeah.
and then reading's hard because I'm super critical to the point
don't
that
wanna
I
disrupt
can't
your
enjoy
flow.
anything. Yeah.
How's
Disrupting
your
the flow
flow,
is not
Shia?
good.
What?
How's your flow?
Heavy but manageable. I had a fitting the other day, and I found that like the right size of like protection to use.
What are you talking about?
Guys, so what have you guys
Don't
been
look over here.
up to?
What have we been up to?
What are we not allowed to acknowledge the other side of the table?
No,
What's
they
happening?
hate us,
What's going on
Shia.
with you?
They have no teal, so they hate us.
Okay, I'm good.
I know.
I'm down.
Ugh, you want to
I'm
know
good now.
something gross?
Yes.
Oh.
I did my
Not
taxes early. Like, I don't actually, well, I don't know.
I did my taxes
Depending
early
on
too,
when
though.
this comes out, like, it might be kind of like right on time with like normal, but like I did mine for the first time, like 3-ish months early, just because everything came in. Usually I'm waiting on extra paperwork, but all the paperwork got delivered and I was like, well, I'll just do it. And I
That's
did
so
it.
hot.
Yeah,
Same.
actually, now I feel so good. Now, like, I can't wait until it gets to like April and people are like, "Ugh, I gotta do it." And I'm like, I already did it. It's
I
already
did it.
done,
I'm
baby.
just waiting on my tax guy to respond to me. He
Mine's taking a long
ghosting
time.
me.
Oh. Mine's
I
taking a
think
long
I told-
time.
I told you guys earlier, but I called my accountant because we do like quarterlies, and I was calling my accountant to be like, "Hey, do I need to like call you guys to process my quarterly? Because there's like stuff that I need to claim or not claim." And they were like, "Do not call us." And I was like, "Okay, all right."
Did they
I
give you
called
any
them,
other
guys, don't
solution,
call
or
me.
was that just it?
No, they were like, "We'll email you. Do not. You do not. This does not
Oh.
require phone correspondence. Do not call us." I was like, "Okay."
I mean, that's kind
It
of
was just the way they phrased it was so
Don't
funny
call
though.
me.
Like,
I don't want to
yeah,
hear it.
It wasn't rude. It was just like matter of. It was just kind of funny, like out of context. Like, because like I imagine every one of their clients calls them at the same time to do quarter. Like it would be overwhelming. So I get it, but it was just kind of funny. Do not call us.
Don't call me.
We will email you.
I would cry.
That's so funny.
God.
Don't
It's
call
an
this phone
accountant. I
number.
don't care.
I can't.
I said like I call them to be like, "Hey, do I pay this?"
It's their
Yes, no. They
job.
say yes, no. It's like, yeah, I don't feel
It's like their
I don't
job
give a
to
fuck.
get called.
Yeah, I call them all the time if I have questions. So they're used
Yeah.
to me.
They're used to you calling. That's
I'm
why
like,
they
is
tell
this
you.
like, is this good? Should I put this under this? Is this tax code correct? And they're just like, yes, Candy, yes, Candy, yes, Candy. I'm like, great, bye.
That's why they tell you not to call anymore. They're just like,
Yeah.
God, holy shit, Candy. Fucking stop,
Yeah.
dude.
You just
I
need
just didn't get it right.
clarification.
Fucking stop calling.
Yeah,
Clarity's important.
I use a program now. I won't name names, but I use a program that it tracks every single transaction that I make and flags it with the type of transaction it is and the date, and then it attaches like an invoice automatically.
Can I have that?
I can tell you, I can send you a link to what it is later,
Yes.
but my accountant set me up with it, and I'm just so excited to do my taxes because
I
it's literally
want
just going to be a spreadsheet that it shits out. It's like, yep, that's done.
Nice.
sick.
Oh, that's
Impressed. I'm
nice.
so
We
excited.
love shitting out spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Well, I don't-
And
I
working
do
for
love
yourself and
organized
like
data.
Sorry, go on.
working for yourself and being independent, that stuff is like so valuable.
I was just laughing because we were talking about the least watched episode of VchiBan.
Talking about taxes.
And then we started talking about taxes.
And we talk about how good we are at taxes. Jesus.
I'm so good at dude, I
Yeah.
tax story. Oh my god, I'm
Okay.
so I'm
Oh, I
so
know
Are
what
you
good
gonna
at
this
tell them
is.
about that
This
one
is when you got
time?
audited, isn't it?
I got audited.
It's my favorite buff
I knew
story.
it.
Yeah.
I got audited one time, and they were like, Buff Up, you are laundering money," and I was like, "No, I fucking ain't, and don't tell me what I'm doing." So then I literally went through, because I have done my taxes for the past like 10 plus years, and I was like, "Don't tell me that I'm doing that, because I'm not doing it." And then I went through and I like made a whole Google Doc, and I was like, "This is this. Here it is. Here's a receipt for this. Blah blah whatever." And then they emailed me back, and they were like, "We are sorry, Miss Buff Pup, but actually, you are the perfect example of a businesswoman, and we actually owe you money." And I was just like, "Yeah, I know, because I claim it a certain way so that in case this happens, that you guys look stupid." Because I technically could claim more money, but I don't.
I still
Yeah.
think it's funny that the IRS audited you and then they owed you money.
It's
Like, that's like,
because,
because
it's
I don't
because of that
claim it.
old man. It's
Oh my God,
typical
yeah.
old men. I knew that guy was going to be an issue because when we work with him, he's one of those guys that when you talk to, they're always right. And it's like, it's good to work with people and professionals that within their profession, they are confident about saying things, but you would say something. He laughed at me. Do you remember that one time when I was just like,
Yeah.
"Hey, am I going to get this back?" And he goes, "No, what do you mean?" I was, okay. I was like, just asking a question. And
Damn.
you very distinctly said, "Hey, this is for this is for that. Don't make them the same thing." He made them the same thing. You got
Yeah,
audited.
I said, I literally was like, "This is the same thing. The only reason why I'm giving you this is because you have to match them up to make sure that they are correct. So when you
Yep.
give them to the tax person, you have it's basically a receipt. It's basically a digital receipt." And I was
Yes.
like, "Here's the digital receipt for this thing, and here's the thing that's actually the thing. Don't make them double the amount because it's not double the amount. This is just a receipt." And then I literally told him that, and he was like, "Yeah, I know how to do taxes, blah blah, whatever." And then
Yeah. Oh God, he's so rude.
I remember I
And
had
then
a contract I had to
surprise.
approve. I have to.
And then yeah,
Okay.
surprise. You know what he
And then-
reminded me of? He kind of like, I don't. clearly remember what he looks like anymore. I just remember him looking like Bubbles from Trailer Park Boys. Which was not super far off. Like, he just kind of looked like him. And it's funny, the next year in the mail, I didn't get a letter from him. He only sent a letter to you to be like, hey, do you want to work with me again?
And I was like, fuck hell
no.
Hell
no. You literally got me audited. You didn't listen to anything.
Yeah.
You
literally got me audited and like got me in trouble. And like, oh my God. I even told the person that was helping me with the audit thing. I was like, it was this guy. I was like, this is the guy.
Yeah. Oh, there was a time he just yelled at you too, because you're like, hey, how do I send this? And he was, no, don't send that to me. You shouldn't be sending this to me. I don't want to see this. You should, like, actually legitimately yell at you for sending like information to him. And he's like, no, this is personal information. It's like, girl, you're my accountant. You already have my personal information. God.
It was so weird because I remember being like, I never got upset about it because like I feel like anybody would get upset about it, be like, why is he yelling at me or whatever? But I knew in the back of my head, I'm like, this guy's gonna fuck up. I know it. I know he's gonna fuck up. Like, I know it. I'm like, I'm just gonna let him do his thing, whatever, and see what happens. And he did. And I knew it. I knew he was gonna do it.
I don't think this is fully true, but I do feel like when people yell at Buff, it just makes her pray for the downfall, and then it usually happens.
Yeah,
like, it doesn't really process the right way.
It's because it's always something stupid. It's like I literally have never had someone yell at me for like a good reason. For a good reason. Like, it's like because in my brain, in my mind palace, there's always like you can always talk something out. There's always you should never. Yelling is the last resort. I think I've only like physically yelled at somebody or whatever like a handful of times in my entire life. You shouldn't be yelling at somebody ever. Like, that is like last resort emotion. So when someone yells at me, I'm like, first of all, we could have talked about this. Second of all, you're being unreasonable. Like, you're literally being unreasonable to the point where it just, in my brain, I'm like, you're just yelling at me.
It's just a mock-up of a plushie. Why would you yell at them? Sorry, keep going. There's just like no reason to yell at people.
You're acting like I did that. I didn't do that.
No, not you. No.
I think I've only yelled when I was 16 and then 2 of my breakups.
Yeah, I can literally count the time. One time was at my mom because I was really angry, and then the other time was at my mom, and then the other time was someone who shall not be named that you guys know, and that's like basically it. That's what I can think of. That is literally what I can think of. That is it. That's the only time I've ever yelled at anybody.
I don't know if
and that's how it should. That's how it should be. That's how it should be.
I'm really just. In my life, I've only yelled at people to tell them to leave me alone. That's the only time I've yelled. Is in like self-defense, being like, "Leave me alone." Like, I'm done. Like, because I'm not really a loud person at all.
I am.
I couldn't imagine you yelling, actually, Candy. That'd be kind of scary.
Yeah.
You and Rose
games,
both
really
would be like that. That would be scary.
Yeah, I don't think Rose. Have you ever yelled?
What the fuck? Okay. I can think of. I don't even know if I would count that one time as yelling. I feel like it was kind of yelling, but it was more like heated, loud, despaired.
Yelling is like anger. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Like you are yelling at somebody, being like, "Fuck you," like that.
It was somebody that I had issues with, and they were not being nice to me, and they didn't understand that they weren't being nice to me, and they were like, I just don't get why you're like this. And I was like, I am like this. And I got really like heated, right? But I don't know if it was yelling so much as like just very highly emotional.
That's yelling.
Yeah.
So maybe it was yelling. Yeah. But it was like 2 sentences tops, and then it devolved.
It's just that was it.
Well, it's because I realized that I was getting all like bent out of shape, and I was like, no, I don't want to scream. But I can't think of any time outside of that, except maybe like, no. Okay, I can think of one other time. I was like 13 or something, and I yelled at my mom and dad.
Oh, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like everyone, when they're in their like angsty teen years, they like yell
like
or
one moment.
Yeah, but
I've never had a fight with my parents.
The
only time
I'm
I
rich,
had, like,
and my dad owns a yacht, and I go to the fair, and I have no issues whatsoever because my parents never yell at me, and I have no problems whatsoever with my family. Says Candy.
Yeah, but it's funny because there was one person that I should have yelled at, but instead I was just sobbing, and my mom screamed at them and like fully like went in on them, and they like she was like, "You're never coming back to this house. Like if I see you, I'll fuck you up. Like
Oh
never
my
come near Candy
God.
again." And I was like in tears. It was like not great.
That's crazy.
I mean,
Oh,
when
shit.
I
my
yelled
mom
at
would like
okay,
yeah.
well, when I yelled at my parents, it was because they were arguing, and it was okay. So my parents are divorced, by the way. So they were arguing, and I was an angsty teen, and I was like, "Why don't you just get divorced already?" And they were like, and I was like, and then we just kind of moved on from that.
LOL, and it happened.
And then it happened. It wasn't immediately after that. It was way after that, but
I like how even at 13 that was the like get divorced.
yeah,
Get divorced.
I
They
was.
were like, buy me a Wii. Get divorced.
I don't know. I was just a real angsty, angry little creature.
I think because this is again episode 17, mouth noises, taxes, and trauma. I think because I was so bullied at school, I just had to have my family. If I didn't have my family, I would not have survived high school. Like I was yeah, it was
Kind of.
really really bad.
Understandable.
Everything kind
Yeah.
of sucked back then, though. Then I found anime, and I was like, oh, I can just get lost in this.
Yeah.
Haha.
Yeah, I think going to conventions
I
as
did
a teenager
drugs.
was like when what? Okay.
Don't do drugs.
I did drugs to deal with my pain. It was fun.
Stop.
I don't do
it.
drugs anymore.
Okay, good.
I do.
I cost
What?
Lots.
No, you
Oh.
don't.
I'm
Liar.
going to do some tonight.
No,
What
you're
kind?
not.
Oh yeah. Just watch me.
Is it more of those TikTok pre-cum pills?
I'm gonna get so blasted.
Blast on pre-cum
Mm.
pills.
Yeah,
It's not all about the pre-cum pills, okay?
Oh, well.
but it is this time, right?
wow.
Might be.
I
Might
knew
treat
it.
myself.
Speaking of high school drugs or whatever,
Oh.
someone brought it up in my chat the other day. K2. Shia, I'm sure that
Oh
you
my
remember.
Why do I
gosh,
know that
dude, I
name?
did.
It's, so it
Dude.
was a synthetic fake weed that you could buy
Yes.
at smoke shops to get around illegal weed at the
It
time
was
because
an
in early
incense that you could smoke.
that you could smoke
But-
and it was early 2000s and it was basically because weed was illegal at the time in the early 2000s. Now in America it's kind of like sprinkled everywhere and like some places
Yeah.
it's legal, some places it's
State
not.
based.
But everybody in the I know, but everywhere like it was illegal, and so people made this thing called K2 or whatever, and it was just incense that you could smoke, and it simulated being high. You just literally was smoking like I don't even know what the fuck it was. Just shit probably.
It's not good. It's severely
I definitely
bad for you.
did
It gives
it.
you a horrible headache. Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
too.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I definitely
like,
tried it once, and it was horrid.
Yeah.
Good
I,
Someone brought that
I
up.
briefly had a vape phase. I vaped for like a year.
Oh my
Ooh.
god! Don't even get us. Shy and I started on vaping. Shy and I vaped for like 6 years.
Oh,
Like
really?
a real
Yeah,
yes,
wasn't
like
good.
nicotine?
Yes.
We stopped cold turkey when we flew to San Jose, TwitchCon 2018.
Yep.
Mm.
You smoke
I don't-
nicotine?
Yeah, it was. I don't know
Yeah.
why. It was like because I don't know what it was. For some reason, we both were just like, "I'll try that," and then we just got addicted on it. And then
just
I
love
was just
sucking
Yeah.
on something.
One
Yeah,
of my
and
exes
then-
actually
Yeah.
smoked, so it was like my equivalent. If he was going out for a smoke, I would just vape.
yeah. We probably had
Gotcha.
that popcorn lung
Mm.
thing. So probably give me like 10 years,
No.
and you hear me like,
I've never
definitely
had a
wasn't good
cigarette
for
in my
us.
entire life.
oh,
Oh, I smoked as well.
oh my god.
Candy.
But like not,
Yeah, I mean,
not a
you
lot.
would
Just
be
when
the
I was,
one.
just when I was like, if I was, I think did I tell you guys the story? I was on my cousin's like 21st birthday, and so I was having a cigarette outside because some people were smoking, and my dad came over and he's like, "Candy, are you smoking?" And I like took a big drag, and I was like, "No," and he was like, and they took it off me. He's like, "Yeah, me neither." And he like walked up to the boys because I was like 25 at the time or something. I was like an adult, but like
God,
my
your dad's
parents
reaction.
smoked and. Yeah, my parents smoked and then they quit when they started having like when they decided to have kids. They like quit.
Oh, that's so
but
nice of your
then-
parents to quit smoking when they have kids. Unlike
Oh.
mine.
Ugh.
Both of them.
Mm,
That's so cool.
But then yeah, whenever I would drink, I would just socially like have a cigarette. Which
I did the
don't
same
know.
thing. I would have cigars because they actually had flavor to them. Every time I had a cigarette, it just felt like
I had the mint
don't know.
cigarettes. The ones
See,
that had
I
like, the
didn't. I
little-
could
the
never
little
find those.
Menthols?
Everyone literally talked
Yeah.
about them. They were like, "Oh my god, these are amazing, incredible." I was like, "Where
I
the
never
fuck are
bought
they?"
my own cigarettes. I only ever bummed them
Oh.
because I was just sexy as fuck.
See, I bombed
So-
them.
I would just
smoked
make conversation by people. Be like, hey, what's up?
Black and
Hi,
Milds
come
is what I
cigarette."
smoked. They're like little.
They,
my
little
they're the
gosh.
they're
only
like
cigarette
this-
I've ever known that smells kind of okay.
But now I don't smoke.
We don't smoke.
Yeah,
Smoking's
by the
bad.
way,
Smoking's
don't
bad. I'm
don't
glad none of you
smoke.
smoke.
By
Makes
the
you look cool
way,
as fuck, but it's bad for you.
yeah,
I'm glad none of you
actually
fucking
don't.
smoke anymore. Stop it.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
I haven't smoked since I was like 27.
Well, I
Which
was
is not
gonna
that long
say.
ago.
I was
But I'm
gonna
not
say.
like it was like once every like 6 months. It was like not all the time.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I was like,
Ooh.
I haven't smoked in a long time. But then I was like, no. Sometimes Shy and I, whenever we see a hookah bar, we walk in there easy every
Yeah,
single
that's
time.
fun. I
It's
used to
fun.
have just like
Every
a hookah
time.
that we would like tack ourselves and then go out like on the front porch and then like
Dude,
smoke.
Rose is like scandalized.
I remember packing
know
one,
what you
just
guys
like
are
preparing one for my
doing.
parents,
Nah,
and I
it's
had them
fine.
try it.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
hookah's
they smoked
fun.
it. They had fun.
Hookah's fun. Like every once in a while. We probably do it like once every 2 years. Like that's how often it happens.
Rose, we're going to a hookah bar.
No.
Yeah, we are. Oh my
It's-
god.
Even if you don't smoke, genuinely, it's
just a
usually just
vibe.
like a lounge where you just like chill out
Get
on.
It's gonna
coffee.
smell like smoke.
No, it's fruity.
No, it doesn't.
The hookah is fruity. It's like all fruity stuff.
Yeah, it's not like smoke. It's more like it gets filtered through water, so it's like it's like fruity vapor.
Can
Yeah,
we
no,
go
it's
It's
like
not as
trampoline
heavy and
park
gross as you're
instead?
thinking. What?
A what?
Can we go to a
I want to
trampoline
go to a
park
trampoline
instead?
park.
No, I'm not
I'll
gonna
do
break my
that.
ankle.
No, I just had knee
Yeah.
surgery twice
No.
last
What?
year.
Yeah.
Rose,
Fuck
you
that.
and I can go to the trampoline park. These
Yeah.
two are fucked.
I'll watch you.
I love
No,
trampoline
my
park.
biggest dude, one of my fears is like because for some reason, like because I'm a streamer and I just like sit on my desk all day, I'm gonna go jump and then it's gonna be like that's like because I just like I'm
What?
just so ready for that to happen.
Dude,
Because people do
when
that
I
all
was-
the time. People literally will they'll be like, yeah, I'm like 31 or whatever, and they stand up a weird way and they break their ankle, and I'm like,
Dude.
I fucking
That's
There-
why you work out, Buff. That's why you're you're a
Buff
young
has
woman.
hypermobility
who's
though.
fit.
Yeah, but
Like,
I-
she's
yeah, I'm fucked up, dude. Like
she's like I fully give her a pass because she just like picks something up wrong and she's out for like
Yeah.
a week.
yeah,
She got that
I'm,
big old like bruise across her chest just from like picking something up that one time.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm just not. I'm not good. It's not.
Yeah.
It's just not happening.
I guess we're
We
just really
got
sturdy,
coffee.
Handy.
The other day, and the person who
Mhm.
gave us coffee was just like, "Oh yeah, this is my friend. She dislocates her knee all the time," and she was just like, "I don't know, maybe like 20 or something." And so, I mean, it doesn't matter even the age. But I was just like, "Oh my god, could you imagine?" She's like, "Yeah, it happens. It pops out. I pop it back in. It hurts." I'm like, "Jesus."
She's like, I did it last week, and I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Yes, Rose.
When I was a kid, I used to make my legs straight out, and then I would grab my kneecap and wiggle it from side to side. Did you guys ever do that?
Yeah.
Shia did it at the
Yeah.
surgery
Wait.
bed.
What?
No. Like if you make your legs straight and then you grab your
Okay.
keycap, you can like
I'm
at
not
least I
doing
don't know.
that.
Well, you still can do it. You can wiggle your kneecap
yeah, it's
bone like
because-
side to side.
Isn't it because
Yeah.
it's floating? Isn't that like the whole point?
kind of something like that. Maybe.
Shia would know because he got
Yeah.
his.
Mine goes all over the place now. Mine's
knees
just
feel
been
different.
reconstructed.
What does that mean, Candy?
My
What
knees
is-
just feel different.
From
Well,
when?
the body's not symmetrical. I don't know. The body's like mostly symmetrical, but there's like little offsets.
Yeah,
I
like
was
my
gonna say
left boob is a lot bigger than my right boob.
we had a trampoline growing up, and I think we got rid of it because my mom jumped on it, and then she went like legs over the springs, like she like
Ugh.
slipped and then went like
Ouch.
coochie into it first.
Dude, did the spring? I
Ouch.
feel like the spring would pinch your. Bit.
I don't
could.
know.
That sounds
could.
horrible.
My
I don't know,
family-
didn't
dude,
ask.
I did the splits on a trolley wheel when I was a
trolley
kid.
wheel.
Yeah, like a shopping cart. I did this. I was like, Mom, check this
Oh,
out,
that's-
splits, and I went like crouched down on it, and I had to go to the doctors.
Every
And
time,
my sister did the same thing with a brick wall.
Oh my god! Every time I go grocery shopping, sometimes Shia will like lean on the cart and like push it. Like we did it. He did it at Costco the other day, and I was like,
Oh,
I
and,
swear,
like-
I had like the parent vision where he just like fucking biffed it, like just like hit the ground. I was like, don't you fucking
Mm.
dare! I'm like, don't. I'm like, be
I
careful.
wouldn't dare embarrass you in public like that.
No, I don't want you getting hurt.
Rose, when I move,
What's up?
Yes.
we should try. We could find a trampoline place. I'm sure near
I
us.
know
we
of
could just
one.
go to trampoline like
I know of
whenever
one.
we want.
We will go
Okay,
there.
I do
know of
want to
one.
go, by the way. I
Okay.
need a couple more months before my knee is completely
I'll
I'll
Yeah.
go.
healed.
more
I'll
than one.
watch.
I feel like the workout from being on a trampoline must be fucking good for you.
I'll do
Yeah, it's fun.
push-ups on the trampoline. See what
And
happens.
a lot of them have foam pits you can jump from the trampolines into and
Ooh, after
stuff.
TwitchCon 2019 or 2019, I don't know.
Oh,
about that.
Dude,
listen.
that's tragic.
Holy fuck,
Goodness,
I-
that's
That was
That's
so
so
fucked
sad.
up.
Do you
For
go
those
to the
of
pool,
you-
Rose? I'll go on.
The pool?
Oh, nothing. I was just gonna say, for those of you who don't know what we were talking about, what was that? 2020,
It was
that the first year
2019
after
or 2020.
COVID? Or?
Yeah, it was
there
like
was a
where-
company that had a foam pit, and they were letting
Uh-huh.
people go like on a jump into it to get like prizes or something, right?
Well, I think that they were like fighting with like foam swords or something like that. It was streamers and like it was
Yeah.
content creators, and it was all in good fun. And if you, I mean, it was broadcasted. Like if you saw the video when she hops down into the foam pit, it looks completely harmless, and it's really not that far, but it wasn't
Mhm.
padded enough. And she end up like shattering.
So
her
what ended
whole
up happening
spine?
was that the foam pit was actually only like a ledge, and they just put foam over it, so it was just straight concrete underneath it. And so
Yeah.
when she jumped down, her like legs like kind of like went to the side, and I think she like dislocated a disc or something like in her back, and I'm sure that maybe something. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but it was just not good. Like it was
was
just,
fucked
but
up.
I
That's pretty
know for
severe.
a fact that it was like concrete underneath because I remember
Yeah.
reading that.
Yeah.
Which is
Shit, that's wild.
crazy. Crazy.
Mhm.
It was so funny. Not funny, it was so ironic that like we're talking about that because I remember when we talked about our skate game, Start Escape, by the way, it just came out. Wink, wink, cough, cough. We were talking about our skate game and like trying to think of ways to promote it at a convention one time, like a year ago. And I remember we were like, oh my God, we should have it so that people are on a skateboard and they're like playing the game on a skateboard so that they can like play it. And then I
Mhm.
remember the first thing, I don't remember which one. I think it was Candy. I think it was like one of you guys was just like,
I
Oh
was
my-
like,
that-
I was saying that'd be fun.
well, someone was
on.
like, that's gonna hurt someone, and then we were like, oh, yeah, you're right. Like we probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Like it was like the same situation
Yeah.
because I think it was right after the foam pit incident. It's the reason why we talked about it.
Wait.
It was not. It was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
No, we talked about it years. No, we talked about it a year ago when we first started talking about the game. That was
yeah,
a
like
long
the
time ago.
idea
Yeah.
for
Mm.
porting the game and having
With
like a
someone I
physical
will not
version
mention.
of it at a convention, which is not completely out of the question, by the way.
Yeah.
So you might see that
But
around.
we had that
at a
idea.
I guess we had the
VchiBan.
same conversation again recently because we definitely
Yes,
talked
we
about that
did.
recently.
Wait,
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Andy, what were you
Yes.
what were you saying we should do? You got cut off, and I'm
Go
still
to the
thinking.
pool. That's it.
Oh yeah, I
Oh,
wish
I
I
like
had
the
access to
pool.
a pool. I want to go swimming. I want to go swimming. I love swimming.
Well, that's why
I'm
I was
sure we
like,
can find one.
if there's like a pool in your area.
I will live at that pool if I discover that it has no annoying children and that it is clean.
Wow.
Well,
It's
that
probably gonna have. Well,
I feel like
Annoying
you have one or
children. If
the
they mind their
other.
own business in the shallow end, I don't give a fuck. Just leave me alone.
yeah. Well, there's. I mean, I don't know because the pools that I used to go to, they'd have like areas for people that were doing laps, and then they would have like a kids play area pool. Like there's different kinds of pools you can go to. I'd be more inclined to go if it was like more.
Rose, if I bought a
Sectioned.
house, which I plan to do at some point, and I put
Yes.
a pool in my backyard, how often would you be at my house?
At least once or twice a week. Why?
I thought it was gonna be more. Dang it! I'm not putting the pool in.
How many days do I have to come over to do that?
4.
That's a lot of
Okay.
pool time.
That is
I
a
just
lot of
want my-
pool time.
I just want my friends at my house.
I mean, I'll still
I
come
just want
over.
my friends at my
All
house.
you have to do is just say, "I want you to come over," and I'll come over.
Well, last time you said why, so
Because I wanted to know how to dress and what to bring. We're not
I still
going
think
over
that
this
she was
shit
in the
again.
right for that.
I know.
Huh?
I think she's in the right to be like,
know.
why? Like,
Yeah.
what's the occasion?
Yeah.
I said
thank
said
you,
my house.
Candy.
My house. It was the occasion.
Well, I didn't understand that.
My house. Come naked if you want.
What?
I
What?
still think it's because Rose wears dresses sometimes.
Ugh, imagine wearing a dress. Couldn't be me. As the tomboy of VchiBan, I could not do that.
When was the last time you wore a dress?
It was for a wedding for one of Shia's friends
Ugh.
Oh,
a really long time ago. It was a
doesn't
sweater
sound
dress.
like
though.
they're a friend anymore. The way you reacted.
No, they are.
They are. It's just the wedding aspect.
Just a
Mm.
wedding. It was
What's
a
wrong with
wedding that was also
weddings?
hosted like back home, and I ran into like
Yeah.
a bunch of parents that only knew me from high school, and I
Mm.
have changed so much, and they're just like, "Hey,
Oh,
Shia,
dude.
you been in any more musicals?" And I'm like, "No,
I'm
just
so-
kind of got a job, and did real life stuff, You still
Holy fuck.
singing, or are you just kind of like a shower singer now?" I'm like, "Just singing in the shower." I'm like, I'm not about to be like, "Yeah, check out Breakout Star, my original song on Spotify."
What is
Oh,
it?
and that whole
Yes.
Shia Bun thing, pff, don't look into it too much.
I wish
This
I could
reminds
escape
me-
that.
When I was working at a newsagent's, which is like a drugstore type thing, so it's got like a bunch of random stuff. You sell like the lotto tickets, which is the Powerball, I think in America.
Mm.
I worked there. So and it was near where my old high school was. So I got like a lot of random people that would have known me when I was younger, like adults and things. And this guy that I knew's mum came in and she was like, wow, like Candy, you turned out way prettier than I thought you would. I thought you'd be really fat by now. And I was like, what?
Oh my God.
I guess she meant it as a compliment, but I was like, dang, like what the fuck? Like what?
Do you think that that's the
Haunts
chatter
me.
that showed up in your chat the other day?
No, that's not the big round. No, she was the mum of the guy that wrote a crayon restraining order for me in primary school.
A crayon
What?
restraining order.
Explain?
Like for some other kid, like she was like, here's your restraining order and wrote it in crayon.
No. So her son drew, dude, that's like a whole saga. Guy in my primary school wrote up a contract because he thought I had a crush on him, which whatever. I was like 10. He drew up a crayon restraining order. He made me sign it and I wasn't allowed to talk to him. And then years later, when I was in like year 12, so like 10 years, yeah, it was like 8 or 10 years later, I saw him at a party and he was dating a girl from my class. So he was there and he didn't recognize me. And so we spent the whole night like flirting and like going around being like, haha. And I was like, hey, do you remember me from primary school? He's like, what? I was like, do you remember the restraining order that you made me sign? And then he was like, oh shit, like he got really awkward about it. And then I saw his mom and she was like, wow, you turned out way prettier than I thought. I thought you'd be really fat by now. And I was like, what a fucking arc.
Of course, you would be the mother of the person who made a restraining order.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
because I think, which I still think it's like this weird thing where because I was super weird, I was a weird as fuck kid. So I think that he liked me, but he like was weird about it, so he like publicly there was that whole thing where like people would meet
they
people they
tease
like.
you because they like you. Yeah.
But dude, I don't know. That was just like that was the character arc of like that. There was more, but
What would it take for
stupid.
you guys to get a restraining order on somebody?
Stalking.
If I feel like it.
If I feel like it.
If you feel like it,
I don't
on
know.
what
I feel
grounds?
like stalking is like the easy answer as like a content creator. I feel like I feel like
Stalking
like
in what way?
I don't know.
Like
Kind of
showing
one of
up
those
outside your
situations like
window?
you would know if you don't want them around you anymore.
Yeah.
Like that is yeah.
But this might be too specific, and I hope people don't take this the wrong way. But if they like linger in a way at a meet and greet, but then also follow you after the meet and greet, and then keep turning up at the same places that you are with your friends, and then come to every single one, and but in such a way that's like, because there's times when you like see someone you recognize. Because I've done that. Like I've saw like Julian, who's a Twitch streamer, who I've loved his content for ages, and I was like, oh my god, I love your work. But like, I think it's the persistence and the amount that they dig into you and your personal life.
Yeah.
And
No,
where,
that's
like,
fair.
it feels.
I feel like I think stalking is like the simple answer, but I think that if somebody outside of that, I think if it was someone that just like fucked with me mentally, I think like I can think of like multiple people where I'm like, yeah, I'd get a restraining order on that person. Like
You can think of people you get a restraining order on.
yeah, oh yeah, definitely. For sure.
I can think of like
100%.
two.
Because it's not like they I feel like they're gonna attack me or anything. I just don't want them fucking near me. Like that's like I don't come near me. In my, like don't.
You know what? Yeah, you saying that? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like just don't come near me. Like I'm
if
like
it makes me feel physically uncomfortable going somewhere because I think that they might be there because they might want to start a fight or
my
something
thing
with
is
me.
that like here's how I perceive the world. This is my perspective of the world. This is my perspective. My perspective. You can go do whatever you want. I don't care. Like you go if I don't like you or like whatever. I don't care. You go do whatever you want. Just don't be in my perspective of my world. That's all. That's it. Like, just don't be in my perspective. Like, if you want to go do whatever and be happy, I hope you win $1 million. I really don't care. Like, go do whatever you want to do. It's just that in my perspective, I don't want you in it. Period.
That makes sense.
So, like, I feel like I would get a restraining order for much less than that, honestly.
That makes sense. I think I agree with you. It's just someone I want to keep the fuck away from me. Whether it's because of discomfort
I mean,
or like
that's the point of
safety
a
or
restraining
whatever.
order, right? Like, that's the point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like it's kind of easy to be like, the point.
Like the second that you feel like you can't comfortably be in the same space because also the unpredictability of them where you don't know what they're gonna do.
True. I agree with
Yeah, I
that
guess
too.
so, too.
Yeah.
Because some people can just be weird as fuck, but like, and also that's not to say that I fault people for like if you're at like, especially if it's like a convention where like like if someone's going to be there, that's like not this quite the same thing. But I know that I've heard, and I won't name names, but I know people that have had meet and greets and then the people that were at the meet and greet would then follow, like they would work out, like for the rest of the convention they'd follow, and they'd like, oh, I happen to be on the same like hotel floor as you, and oh, I happen to be at the same restaurant as you.
Can I just say, I feel so lucky and privileged in the spot that we're in, because every time I go to a convention, I have told people, I'm like, if you see me walking fast, I have to be somewhere. Like, that is like what I'm doing. And there's been so many times where I have done that at conventions, and people are like, hey, Buff Pup, good luck with the thing you're doing, because I'm walking fast. And that has happened to me so many times. And I appreciate our community so much. They respect our space so goddamn much. It is like so insane. Everyone's so sweet and so kind, and I just like appreciate it a lot, because we do conventions a lot sometimes, and that does happen where I am like on the go and I have to go do something. And everyone's very respectful, and every meet and greet that we've ever done, everyone's been so nice and like great. It's just been awesome.
Yeah, I don't really think anyone like as far as I've experienced with the VTubing side of things, I don't think that I've had a interaction with anyone that's maybe feel the need to take it to that degree personally.
It's been great. It's been good. It's been a good time. I feel like we're very privileged.
Yeah, just because like I can't remember the last time we've gone to a convention where it was just for fun, because every time we've gone to a convention in the past couple of years, we're there because we're doing something, but also obviously want to hang out and like have fun, but a lot of the time we are on our way to do something, or we have a booth, or we're working something or doing something. So it is very sweet just to have the acknowledgement of just being like, hey, how's it going? I'll see you over there. Like whatever.
I think the next time, like I go to a convention for fun, it's going to be like PAX or something, like a gaming convention. Like I think that's like the next time I want to do a fun convention. I want to go to like, I really wish E3 still existed. Oh,
dude,
I wanted
E3
to go to E3
used to
so
happen
bad.
on my fucking birthday most of the time, because it was June 12th or 11th, and my birthday's the 12th, and it was like my treat, and then they took it away from me.
That's fucked up. Well, now they have Summer's Game Fest, which is like kind of the extension of that, but
but that's not on my birthday anymore.
I was just having a nostalgia for when we did a convention previously, and we did the 18 plus panel, and we got to drink while doing it.
We were all
I want to do that again.
That was
sometime.
so fun. I'm so down to do that again.
Pretty sure that Shia let me try his drink, and I stole it.
It was cute.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it was so fun.
He was like, try a sip, and then I drank all of it. Oops. Sorry.
Oops.
It was
I still
so
want to
good.
do the podcast and like do like a tour of like live episodes of the podcast where we just go and like hang out and yell at
Yes, it will happen. I think it will happen at some time. Like, it's just being indies, you know, it's a lot of work and like a lot of money and like a lot of things and a lot of logistics.
Yeah.
I can't. I was thinking about my batteries. I was like, I can't take those in the flight with me, so I
know.
on flights in general. So like, I'm gonna
gotta find a better way to track ourselves. Wink companies.
Companies, reach out. We got ideas.
We got ideas.
We'll do so
your
much
name
cool
could
stuff.
be on it.
Wink, wink,
That's true.
We will sing your praises. You will have an in with the VTuber community.
I'll twerk.
Please.
With the trackers on or whatever, and then I'll send it.
She'll do it. I've seen it.
I'll put my feet
I'll
behind
send
my
you the
head.
used trackers.
God.
This episode is brought to you by Fansly. Hey, did you know that there's a lot of behind-the-scenes content that you can see on the VchiBan Fansly page? That's right, we got all kinds of things going on there. There's behind-the-scenes game development, there's behind-the-scenes from the podcast, there's all kinds of fun things, not to mention that Fansly has all kinds of cool things for you to check out as well, anywhere from VTubers, eyes, hips, shoulders, and so much more. You gotta be 18 plus though to sign up, so if that sounds fun to you, check out fansly.com/VTuber. Thank you, Fansly.
Oh my God, that reminds me. There was one time I got an email one time, and somebody was like, Buff Pup, how much for your socks? Like, please tell me how much I'd be for your socks.
Did that pay for the suits?
Yeah, and well, I never replied, but I was just like, oh my gosh, so bad it would be like, how much? Like, how much would you pay? Like, just out of curiosity.
So what's
I don't
your
want to do
price?
it. Yeah, I wanted to. Whoa, like how much I would? How much
How much
would
would you charge?
I don't
What
know.
would make you consider it?
I don't know.
$5,000.
$5,000?
No, I'd definitely be more than that.
More.
They have my DNA.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying. You need to ask for more than that.
$10,000. $200.
How much did that
Don't know
one
how
girl
much.
charge where she was like filming herself with like the corn thing and the butter in the restroom
yeah. Okay,
of
wait.
like what was it, like a Red Lobster or something?
No. So there
It
was this girl. There was this woman, and she had a butter churner, and
That's
she
what
would
it was.
shove butter up her ass at the Texas Roadhouse, and somebody
Yes.
paid her $20,000 to do that, and then someone else, I guess like the video blew up on her like whatever
Spicy site?
on whatever site she's using, and it blew up, and then someone else at a different Roadhouse was like, "Can you please come do that at my place?" And he's like, "But I want to like at my Roadhouse, but I want to film it," and she was like, "Well, I'm going to charge you double for that, so it's $40,000."
That's 40.
$40,000.
That's not enough.
40K.
Huh.
No,
what to-
she
what-
literally, whenever she
she-
posted that, she said, "You would not believe the amount of managers that I got from Texas Roadhouse that were like, you want to come try out the butter here
Yeah.
at my location?" Like,
Wanna
she's
come
just
show it
like,
up your
"I am here to
ass?"
make that money. My price is 20K. That's
Yeah,
it.
and
And
also
if you're
she
there,
said-
it's 40K. So,
it's not
like,
like
let's
she's
do
doing
this."
it. She said she's not doing it to like. She just literally took it, shoved it up her ass, and took it out,
Yeah.
and that was it. It took
Did the thing.
5. She said it took 1 minute to do it.
Yeah.
So she
And I was
she
like-
shoved buttered what in her ass?
Texas Roadhouse butter.
It's a butter
Just
churner.
butter.
Butter churner.
Yeah. She has like a butter churner that I guess you're just going to have to picture something because I don't know exactly what it looks like either. Sorry, guys. I haven't seen the source
So she's
material
not
yet.
shoving just
but-
butter. It's the churner that's going up her ass.
No, it's the churner
With the butter.
using the Roadhouse butter.
So she's churning it with her ass?
Maybe
kinda
in
impressive.
her ass. Yeah. No,
Because-
it definitely is.
Because
definitely,
churners are like they're like a round
it's
thing
worth
with like a
20K.
pole coming out, right?
I think so.
So
I
she's
don't- I
like,
Umbrella stand.
you know,
I don't think churning it's even part of it. I think it's just the
No,
insertion.
it's just the putting
Yeah.
it up her ass.
It's
with
just
the
what
butter.
it is. You
so
don't have
she
to
just
do
took
the
a
action
dip
of
and then
churning.
said, "I'm out. Give me 20
Yep.
grand." And they said,
Yep.
"Yup."
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. Good for her.
Good for her.
She said my price is 20K, and I no doubt that people are like, hell yeah.
So
Yeah.
Why don't you
She
come
didn't
over
even-
to these
she didn't
Texas
even film
Roadhouse?
it?
Well,
No,
it's 40K.
so she did because the video blew up. Remember, I told
Yeah.
you.
Oh, right,
Oh,
right,
yes.
right.
That's how
Okay.
she initially got it out there.
Yeah,
So then
that's
why
how
is
she
it
And then
got
if
it
you
out.
want to
for
be there
that?
and film it yourself, it's
Well, because the
40.
guy. So before she did it by herself, she was in the room by herself.
Oh.
But
In
the
the
guy
bathroom.
wanted to. The guy
Yeah.
wanted to be there and film it. So she was like, "I'm gonna double charge you for
I
that."
see.
Mm-hmm.
Wonder how many times she did that. How much she made.
I'd be
Every
doing it
5
as many
times would be
times as people are
100
giving me money.
Like
Do you
40
think
You would
give
do
her a
that for
free
20
meal?
grand?
Oh my God, Rose.
Oh my God.
Easy.
Easy.
Oh, easy.
What?
Absolutely. 20
That is
grand.
not enough.
There's a lot I wouldn't shove up my ass for 20 grand. Holy moly.
You mean
20
there's
grand
not
is
a lot you
20
wouldn't shove up your ass for 20 grand?
Right.
I was trying
Yeah,
to work
there's-
that out. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is reminding me of the conversation with Rose. Not how do I say this nicely?
I'm scared.
The prude conversation
Oh.
that we had, where we're like, you're kind of the prude,
The prude.
of
Yeah.
the group, but you're not even prudish. You're just like
I'm just fickle about
Demi.
who I. Yeah, it's just being Demi. The concept of all it I get, but like, I don't want to do that with someone I don't like. And I also, I'm just not
I'd do
into
it
the
for 20
idea of
grand.
shoving a fucking
Well-
butter churner up my ass.
I'm kind of scared to say that on the podcast because we might get people reaching out to be like, yeah, I'll pay you 40 grand.
I'm
to
not
do
actually
that.
gonna
Why
do
are you
that.
going to
Chat.
complain about
Guys,
that?
Fansley
Take the 40
DMs are
grand.
open.
Stop! You're not doing that.
Hit me up.
We have a VchiBan brand that we have to uphold, guys. We're not
Yeah, well, the
shoving
Shy
butter
Bun
up our
brand,
ass.
aside from that, shoving up butter churners up his ass and a
You
red
can call it-
lobster. Oh, with Cheddar Bay biscuits. That's all I want.
You can call it Shia Bum.
We got
Yeah.
this. See, it's all
Yeah,
falling into place.
I got you.
And
Okay,
up
well,
my
I mean,
ass.
if Fansley approves of it, I'll approve of it.
Guys, check out the
'Cause I-
VchiBan Fansley
'cause I
page,
like
by the
Fansley's
way.
like, no,
Which
that's
is
too far.
no, by the way, the VchiBan Fansley page does not have butter churning or anything like that on
No,
Behind
it
the
is very.
scenes of
It's
game stuff.
mostly PG.
there. Sometimes Candy
13.
flashes their pussy sometimes. But that's it,
Yeah,
really.
there's definitely
Yeah.
some spicy stuff on there. So
I'm gonna
yeah.
score it. What can I do?
Yeah.
Based.
What are you gonna do, Candy? What are you gonna do?
Sometimes it just
Flash my
happens.
pussy.
Yep.
What are you gonna do? What do you think they make you do in a Red Robin bathroom?
I don't want to die, throw up.
You have to
Throw
go
up and shit
"Yum"
yourself.
whenever you do whatever it is you're doing.
Oh my god.
Mm.
Waffle House is one of those ones where they have to battle for dominance, and then whoever wins gets to. Like, I don't want to finish that sentence. You
Get
know,
some
you know.
what, Candy? you
Have
get
you
the
ever
what?
Say the sentence.
Have you never seen that genre of content where they battle and then whoever wins the battle, like the wrestling contest, is top, or they
Yeah.
decide whatever the. This is hard to
I know what you're
explain in
talking
PG
about.
terms. Yeah,
I know what you're
you
talking
can choose to
about.
get peg or get pegged.
Yeah.
Get churned.
Have you seen that? Have you not seen
No.
that?
You're gonna
No.
get churned.
You're gonna get churned if I win.
Is this a Fansly segment or is this
No,
all
this is
still
fine.
Nope.
No, but I'll use it to promote our Fansly on socials because it's
Mhm.
pretty funny.
It
True.
is.
I
So
do like
wait,
seeing the conversations out of
wait.
context. Yes.
we gotta reel it back. What's the price for the socks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So wait, is it just used socks?
Yes.
That
Your used socks, one pair
Yeah, they
sent
just
to them.
they just said
How
They
much?
just said, "Can I have your socks?"
Mhm.
And I'm assuming they mean like used. So
Oh yeah, for sure.
I think $5,000's not bad. 5-10 grand, something like that.
That's it.
That's not bad.
that's
Five,
What's
five,
the
10
going
grand for a
rate?
pair of socks? That's in single individual. That to me, that's so much.
10 grand
I think
per
that
sock.
if you say any higher, then they can go
Yeah,
get
I
sweaty
want
socks
at
from anyone
least
else.
10 grand. It's gotta be 5 digits.
It would
You
be-
offer
it would
5
be-
digits, I'll think about it.
It'd be 10 grand per sock. I think I would do.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
fair.
Oh no, you should charge
Okay.
based on how long you wore them.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
Mm.
10. So 10 grand each day.
People do that with panties.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be real though, guys. I don't
Side
sweat that
hustles are
much.
wild.
I'm gonna be
Oh, I
real.
sweat so much. Dude, when I'm working out, I have like full like sweat rivulets going down my arms.
See, I
full
wish
sweat.
Hear
I
that, guys?
I wish I sweat, but I don't. Every time I work out, I just get overheated and my face gets red, and I'm like,
No,
Mhm.
I sweat, dude. I sweat.
what you say,
I
Shia?
sweat, but I
I
don't
just
say
said,
that
hear
much.
that, guys?
Wink.
You're gonna bottle
And
that
you
You
stuff
could
up
like
and
catch
sell it?
it and sell it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get it.
No, I don't.
No, Candy gets it.
I know. That's why I said
when
I don't.
When I first started, well, I'll say incline treadmill. That's what makes me sweat.
Mm.
I do like an hour and a half of that a day, so
An
not all
hour
at
and a
once.
half? Oh my god.
Two
Oh, is
two
this-
set 245 sessions, which is like
God.
half of it's kind of like just chilling
Incline
and like watching
sucks.
TikTok, and
No,
then
the more that I work out, the more I've realized that you don't need to do an hour workout every single time. Like you just don't, because it's just. I mean, you can, but
It depends
like
what you're trying
well, it
to
depends,
do.
but that's yeah. I was gonna say because you're in maintenance, you're not trying to lose weight,
it's true. I'm just gaining muscle.
yeah, it's about.
Yeah.
It's like
so you've got different goals and different things you're trying to do.
Yeah.
it's depending on like if you want to lose weight, gain muscle, or like maintain yourself, or you just want like maybe you feel lethargic and you want to get your heart feeling better or something. You know.
Plus, like I'm usually just watching YouTube videos on the so it's like I could be on
That's
the
what Shia
treadmill.
does. Shia
When I
watches
Yeah.
bike,
shows
I
on the
watch
bike.
TikTok, and that's the only time I allow myself TikTok.
Yeah,
Mm-mm-mm.
because I don't. I only watch like videos or watch TikTok on that, and then sometimes I
Yeah.
watch anime, but that's like a bit more difficult.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Exciting behind the scenes.
Yeah,
Working out. You should work
Yeah.
out. Try it. Work out because
and drink water.
and drink
Mhm.
water. I know it sounds stupid and adulty, but
no,
you will
water's
feel
good.
you will feel better when you work out. I will say, controversial opinion. My mental issues that I have been very heavily helped by working out.
I agree
So-
with that. I think it's just because I feel like the reason I started working out was because I felt like I was lethargic, but it turns out that part of that is because I wasn't eating enough, according to my nutritionist. But I feel like working out and eating enough has definitely made me feel way more like alert and like mentally present. So I feel like there's definitely something to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also when you work out, endorphins happen. And it also like just it's like it's good. I mean, it's the same reason why people like meditate, right? It's like it helps you get into a rhythm of like positivity and your body feels good and like this and that. So
I don't
like
think I've ever been able to meditate. If I try to
can't, the
meditate
voices.
and like sit there, I feel like I'm like, oh god, my eyelids itchy. Oh, I need
There's
to
different-
fidget. Blah blah blah. Ugh.
There's different kinds of meditation though, because there's ones like if I don't have the information on hand, but I know when you have ADHD, there's like other kinds of forms of meditation that they recommend.
I
that are
do
more actively involved.
I
yeah.
do like filing when I work out. Do you know what that is?
No.
So it's like when you think about like I imagine like a bookcase and I'm like taking a book and I'm like shoving it in that slot. Like it's like
Mhm.
okay, like this is work stuff, putting it in that slot. I need to do that this day. Tomorrow I'm going to do that this day, and I like slide those books in, and I do that when I'm working out. I like
to
kind of
plan
like
your day.
yeah, well, I kind of like plan like what my next steps are, and I'm like, I need to do
Ooh.
this tomorrow so that I can do this on Saturday, and I like shove that book in, like, and then I'm doing that when I'm working out.
That's
what I'm
kind of
thinking about.
nice. For me, with
That
that
shit
kind of
does
stuff,
not work for me.
I use Google
Go on.
Tasks because anytime I think of something, because I have it on my phone and my computer, I just grab Google Tasks. If I have to do something, like I have to draw something, I have to have something by a deadline, I just put it in there and I set when it's due. And then my Apple Watch will be like, hey, Rose, remember that thing? And I'm like, oh, shit, that thing.
See, I can't do that because I've tried doing stuff like that before, but for some reason it like always catches me off guard where I'm like, I guess I'm like last minute doing this and I just can't do that.
I
And
set
like,
multiple for it, so I have extra time ahead. And also, I'm so rigidly scheduled that I know when I'm going to be relaxing and ready to work. So I schedule it for around that time.
So yeah, see, I'm the opposite because like if I have an alarm that's like for something and there's like 4 alarms, I wait till the last second. And I'm like, I can't do that. So like I have to plan out like when I'm doing it. I'm like, tomorrow, 3:00, that's what I'm doing. Like
That
it's
makes sense.
that thing.
I do that with certain things that are like really annoying to do. Like if I want to like do my taxes, or if I like need to make a trip somewhere, or like shit like that, then I'm like, okay, I know this is something I do not feel like doing. But if I say this is when you're doing it, my brain has time to like prepare itself to be like, okay, girl, it's gonna happen. Brace yourself. Go. You know?
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I
What,
feel that
Shia?
in the way that I do the same thing where I always put everything in my calendar so I get a reminder about it. But I'm pretty good about just being like, okay, I know when these things are. And like, I kind of remember them regardless. It's just kind of like a backup. But I'm also a very in the moment kind of guy too, that if I don't, I saw it one time, like on like a TikTok or something, or probably not even TikTok, because this is way before that. It's just like seeing like a YouTube video. It was just like, hey, if you need to do something, you could do it in less than 5 minutes, or at least around that, just do it now. So I just end up doing it. Just doing it.
That's like how people
So,
say when
I-
you struggle to like clean or something, just tell yourself you're only going to do it for 5 minutes, and then you're going to catch yourself doing it, and then you're not going to stop, and you'll be like, I'm having fun cleaning.
Oh, see, yeah, I never saw it that way. I just kind of saw it of just like but I also don't think about it in the time sense as much unless we're like when we were making the game and stuff. I felt like I was slacking on like I'm like, man, I should go do laundry or do this, but I'm like, but we're working on a video game and I'm doing this, and it definitely showed a little bit more around the house where I'm like, man, I wake up in the morning and I go do any outstanding dishes or do the laundry or do this or do that or just kind of do general cleaning. But I'm like, fuck, I've been working a lot and it's starting to show. But now that the game's out, I've, been able to catch up on
I
something.
think everyone goes
Yeah.
through that.
Absolutely.
Like the periods of life where you get super busy.
Yeah.
I have a couple of things that I do in the morning when I wake up and things that I do before I go to sleep. And then during the day, if it's a stream day or not, they'll be like, I stream for this amount of time. And then I have like a couple of hours where it's like I can do anything that I need to do in that time period. And then it's usually hanging out with Gmod for the rest of the night. So it's kind of like I will sometimes set specific tasks, but like for example, I have like a food service that I get, which like is lunches and dinners that are prepackaged and portioned out and whatever, because I find that better than, because if I don't do that, then I just get Uber Eats way too much. Because I suck at cooking and I forget, because of ADHD, I forget what's in my fridge and then I don't cook things. Like I just forget what I have and what I have to cook with.
I hate that shit. I made a spreadsheet for my fridge.
That's very fair. I think when I move, I'm gonna change a lot of like how I do. Like I want to learn how to cook and actually make food for myself. But point is that like sometimes I have to. I'll be like that. Like my Sunday night is when I'm meant to place the order for food. But if I do it before then, it's fine. It's just I just have set deadlines for when things need to be done by. Yes, Buff?
I just remembered that Shia said we could get pizza later, and I'm very excited because I haven't had pizza in months.
Oh,
And it's one of my cheat days.
is that because
today.
is that?
Oh, nice.
So you guys do cheat days? Like you have like a day where it's
Yeah, so my cheat days are Monday and Thursday.
Oh, you
Mm,
have
my
them
cheat days.
specific days of the week.
Yeah, so I
What's the days I don't.
well, no,
stream?
it's normally Friday. It's Monday and Friday, and then so I work out whenever Shia streams. So whenever Shia streams, which is Tuesday, Wednesday, sometimes Thursday, and then Saturday and Sunday. That's when I work out. And so my cheat days are like Friday and Monday.
Oh, I just give myself 1 day a week to get takeout, and I pick whatever fucking day I want.
Oh no, I have specific
Usually
days.
it's if like I have a day where I'm in a rush to do something and I want a little treat.
I don't do cheat days at all.
Wow, I'm
in the
just so
past-
cool and awesome.
I don't
and
call it a
I'm
cheat
so
day, it's a
I'm kidding.
treat
I'm
day.
kidding.
It's a treat day, not a cheat day.
No, see, I have cheat days because I was like, okay, when I first started working out, I was exactly like you. eating the same 3 things every day for like years. And I noticed that later, like I just was so, I don't know, like bored almost. Like I almost got just like bored of eating, and I started getting like, I don't know. I just started getting like, I don't want to eat because I got so bored. So I allow myself like, I allow myself cheat days. And also like life is too short to be so strict. Like I want to like have fun. Like I want to go out. Like if my friend on Friday says like, oh, you want to go out to eat? Like, fuck yeah. Like I'm just going to go eat. Like whatever. I care. Like I don't care. Like I'm just going to do it.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't know why
long as
when you
not
just said that, it
constant.
reminded me of the place that we went to and we got oma rice, where it's just like rice
I
and they put
wanna
like
go there.
like a loosely prepared like
Take me
like
there.
omelet that just
I
like
won't take Candy when
split
they come
open
here.
on top. Oh, it was so
so
good.
good. Let's go again.
I think it'll be different when I'm in like closer to being just a maintenance type thing. But also like I went out with my family, and I guess like because TMI.
Yeah, but did you
I
eat something like healthy though when you went?
I had what I like. I had sushi. Which sushi is not
Sushi's
actually that
good.
healthy. I had like 2 rolls of sushi. But my thing is that like because I have the MyFitnessPal thing, it has like the macros and stuff. So I just eat stuff that fits within the macros. And then if like calories wise, I'm pretty flexible as long as it's within like a range of calories. Like it doesn't matter. And I feel like, but also I don't really have friends locally. I have my roommate, who I love, but like I don't ever go out for dinner. And like when I go out with my family, I can still just find
get
ways
ready
to
for
eat
that
healthy.
because that's gonna happen a lot when you're
I think it'll
here.
be, but also I'll be going out more physically, and I'll be walking around, and I'll be like going places and doing things.
Walking around America,
So-
Kenny, you're hilarious.
We can
You're
all go
funny.
to Hot Pot.
Oh,
I want
Oh, but I mean, going out in
God.
general is still
Wait.
more than just
Hot pot.
Yes.
I didn't tell you guys. Shia the other day bought a hot pot and he brought it home, and so I can make hot pot at home now.
that's
What?
huge.
That's huge. Big life change.
You can make hot pot
What?
at home. What do you mean?
Yeah.
I want a hot pot.
I
Yeah.
prepared everything. I got your favorite soup that was already bubbling, and then I left out a whole platter of like all different kinds of meats and seafoods for you to cook.
Yeah, I want to
That's
do it
so
again.
sexy.
It made me kind of think of that. What is that one TikTok where like the girl comes into the room and there's like roses and stuff. She's like, "Did you do this, Victor?" And looks over and he's just like
She's
standing in the corner,
"Victor,
just like
did you do this?
he's just standing there with like a cheeky little grin, like yeah.
Maybe we should do that instead of pizza tonight.
Oh,
I would do
okay.
that.
Yeah,
Would you be down
we
with
can do
that?
that.
Such
Yeah,
an
we should
enabler.
actually because I have
Yeah.
a lot of leftovers and we
I
should
would
cook
like
those.
that.
Let's do that. Let's do that instead.
Yeah. It's really cool. It's like a big dish and it's like on a hot plate and you like put it there, and then there's like already pre-make like soups that you can get, and you just put it in, and then you could just buy like the meats and crabs and stuff.
Yeah, I just got like a tomato soup base
I'm
off
so
of. I think that
excited.
one
I
came
can't
from
wait
like
to eat.
Amazon or something. But like I ordered from like 7 different places that all like delivered in one day to prepare that.
Oh,
That's
golly.
so cute.
That's very
I'm
cute.
so excited.
Yeah, we can go do that. That'll be fun.
I'm so happy I mentioned hot pot.
Yeah.
I love hot pot.
I know. Would
Dude,
you
I
say
love
that's your
hot pot, too.
favorite food?
It's my
Favorite
favorite
style?
activity because it's not a food. It's like a
You don't
'cause I-
eat
Favorite thing to
the hot
cook?
pot.
yeah. It's because like you get like beef and crab and like noodles
Mhm.
and like, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like easy. What?
The fact that Candy's like, you mean you like to cook? It's just so funny to me because you say
Oh,
you can't
no.
cook and you hate cooking.
I hate cooking.
But you love
This-
hot pot, which is just
Yeah, but it's not cooking. It's like a soup, and you just like put it in. And you're just like, okay, it's done.
That's
does go
sometimes
very
what
quick,
cooking
but-
is.
No, cooking is like chopping up vegetables and fucking making the cream and like fucking like chopping and whatever, and then like cooking it
that's
and
not
whatever.
stuff
like
complicated.
buying
It
stuff
is, always
pre-cut or
is.
pre-packaged and things like that is a matter of like, I'm gonna say accessibility, because there's people that have like, you can get like carrot sticks and things that are already cut up, and it's also a time thing as well. Either people are really busy or they don't have the motor skills to be able to do that, or they're just, again, time or motor skills.
I don't have
which is not to
time.
say like, yeah,
just don't
so
have
that's
time.
still cooking. You're just making it accessible to yourself.
Yeah, I'm just throwing it in a pot. Although I
Little
did, I
witch.
bought a what's it called? Crock pot. Like a
slow cooker?
Oh, a slow cooker. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
when-
my
when
gosh.
when we do use it, oh my god. So
I made
good.
some slow cooked ribs. I literally just put like a
Oh,
whole
really
steak in there
good.
and slathered them in like barbecue sauce and let them cook for 6
was really
hours. So
good.
whenever you eat it, it just like falls right off the bone.
Damn.
I used to hate the crock pot because my family was poor when I was a kid, and so my mom would just always just put like a whole bunch of slop into like a crock pot and be like, "That's what you're having for dinner," and I'm like, "Yes, mother." Like, and it was just like potatoes and beef
Yeah.
and stuff, and I got really
good
sick
though,
of it.
but it is kind of like the it can make very cheap meals compared to like if you put in like a little bit of extra effort with it.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
I
the
know
cheap
that
meals are great though.
I made a what was it, kind of like a chicken pot pie on it where it had like all of
that was
the
good, too.
meats and veggie and gravy in it, and then on top I layered a bunch of biscuits that I got, just like you know how you get it in like a roll and it pops open, and I just
Yeah,
layered the
yeah.
biscuits all on top and let it cook on top, so it made it like a really fluffy
Ooh.
like puffy like top on top. Oh, so good.
Yeah, I
That was
haven't.
so
I think
good.
having a crock pot as an adult, I love it. Like it's great. It's fantastic.
Dude, I gotta
just
bust
as a
that
kid,
back out.
yeah, as a kid, I was just like, okay, like, you know. But as
Well,
an adult, I love it.
My hot pot experience as a kid, my mom only made like one thing in there, and it was like beef stew, and it was not for me because I don't like steak, and it was just like giant chunks of carrot and potato, which were fine, but the only other thing in there was just like really chewy, like kind of steak like beef, and I never
Chewy.
liked it. I
Ugh.
never liked it.
That's me with
Yeah.
spaghetti.
Oh,
You don't like
thank you,
spaghetti?
Candy. Thank you.
Spaghetti.
I
Thank
hate
you, fucking
spaghetti.
Candy. Shakes hand. Wait, shakes hand, Candy. Give me your hand. Shakes your hand.
Oh,
This one.
Oh.
This one.
just gonna
Shakes
shake them
hand.
both.
Oh my
I
God.
fucking hate spaghetti. I like spaghetti is like okay the first day, and then after that it's just fucking awful. Like it's just
I
like
only think it's good fresh. I agree with you on that. But I will say
I just
something
hate
fucked
spaghetti.
up. I like plain spaghetti with nothing
Doesn't
on it.
count. That's not spaghetti.
It is spaghetti.
That
No, it's not.
Shia looks fucking disgusted with me right now.
That's like
That's just
limp
noodles. That's just
Yeah,
noodles.
And I like them. Once in
not
a blue
spaghetti.
moon,
That's
it's
not
a treat. And when I was
spaghetti,
a kid, I would get a bowl of them, and then I would grab it in my fist and bite the top of it off, and then
I
I would just eat it
guarantee-
like a little fruit, like a little monkey. Just
I guarantee that if you Googled spaghetti right now, it's gonna say with a sauce. It's not gonna be like
I'm doing it.
noodle.
I'm so sorry. You're gonna hear typing
I'd-
sounds.
Because spaghetti noodle, if you typed up spaghetti noodle, it's going to show you the type of noodle. But if you looked up what is spaghetti, it's probably going to be like, here is
No,
noodle with sauce.
I'm correct. Spaghetti is a long, thin, solid, cylindrical pasta. It is a staple food of traditional Italian cuisine.
Read the rest of it.
Like other pastas, spaghetti is made of milled wheat water and sometimes enriched with vitamins and minerals. Italian spaghetti is typically made from durum wheat semolina.
Nah, she's right. Spaghetti's just a type of noodle. You're
I
thinking of like
disagree.
You're thinking of pasta dishes.
I still think that you're just eating pasta.
No, it's the other way around. I'm eating spaghetti.
No.
Yes. Yeah?
I just don't like pasta. Okay,
You
here's
don't like
my
pasta?
thing.
I like pasta.
No,
I love butter noodles, by the way. I love butter noodles.
I like as like a little side, like a small portion of a little side dish of pasta, but I can't have pasta as like a full meal because it's too heavy.
Yeah, I get
No,
that.
I
Rose,
want, like,
all
a
the
little
noodles that you left
pasta
here,
and like
I
meat is a
fucking-
side.
All the noodles that you left here, I've been eating them.
Also,
don't
Rose,
like
you saying that you
pasta.
need.
I
Sorry,
do.
you said that you want the noodles with the meat on the side.
Yes.
Okay, just
I don't
checking.
like my foods touching, and I
Um,
know that's a
yeah, I
spicy
g-
brain thing.
You don't. Yes. Yeah. You. Yeah.
Mhm.
Nah, I'll slop that shit
Uh,
up. Oh my god, when Thanksgiving happened, I fucking slopped that bowl. I put it fucking it's in
Yeah,
there.
I'll get that bowl too.
Yeah, I'll get that bowl.
Yeah, I'll get that bowl too. Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
I don't.
Yeah, just eating
I also-
spaghetti, you wouldn't understand.
I don't like lasagna.
It has sauce
either,
on
though.
it.
Oh, I like lasagna.
I
but
basically
haven't
don't
had
like
it.
any
I don't like
Italian food.
lasagna.
I haven't had it in a
Yeah.
while. I like
Are
lasagna.
you good, Shia?
There's a lot of
I
things
think
I don't
there's
like
room
though.
on the other side of the table for me.
Yeah, you want to come over here?
This side of the table's feeling a little
No,
lonely.
listen, Shia, because I'm not gonna have it, it means I'll give you my piece of it when we're at some kind of event, and then you get extra lasagna.
Fine.
Oh.
I'll
You
take it.
still love me?
I always will.
Thank God.
Even if I stop talking to everybody and then just like move to Germany in the middle of the night and cut off
What if-
contact with everyone.
You'll
He
still
would do
send me
that.
a
I'll still be
message to
thinking of
tell me
you.
how to
Shia's a
switch my
Gemini.
hard
He
drive
would do
out.
that.
I'm the most likely to do that. I've thought
Shia's a
about it.
Gemini.
I
He
feel
would
like
do
I'm
it.
more likely to do that than you.
I don't know about that.
I don't know about
I
that.
think I'm
Shia
most
would do that.
hermit-ish.
Buff and I are
of
going to be
us.
well adjusted over here and hang out.
Yeah.
Hey, I just wanted to give a shout outs to GamerSupps. Use code VchiBan for 10% off on your purchases there. Please go check out their stuff. They are no joke. They have the most premium stuff, from drinks to different flavors to even merch. These guys do not skimp out on the quality of their product. We love GamerSupps. Use code VchiBan for 10% off and let us know what your favorite flavor is. Yo, thank you so much, GamerSupps. Woo! Back to the episode.
Don't worry. I know what I want in life.
What do you want?
You want a commune where we all live in the same house.
That's true. I do. I want like VTuber. I'm already basically doing that at this point. I want So okay,
You are, and it's fucked up.
I talked to
like a
Sashaya
house
the
with
other day
bridges between
because
the houses.
well, when I was a kid, I didn't have like. Do you guys know the show Ed and Eddie?
Yes.
Yes.
So you know how like they all live in a cul-de-sac and they're like
Yeah.
all hanging out all the time
Yeah.
and like after school or whatever. I never had anything like that. I never had like friends around where I could just be like, oh, I'm gonna go over to blah blah blah's house or whatever. Like because I live in the fucking bumfuck middle of nowhere in the middle of the woods, like legit. So I've
Yeah.
been my family home. It was in the woods, like it's in the woods, and like I just never had that. So as an adult, I'm like, hey guys, we're all adults. Like we can live close together. Like what's stopping us? Like, and I also like don't have family, so like it's kind of like my way of being like I have family around. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I just want like everyone I can around me.
My
You're
parents
making that
growing up
happen.
would always like would go to like parties and it'd just be like one of their friends having a party at their house. So it'd be a bunch of adults just hanging out, and like they'd make the kids all hang out or whatever. But like I always wanted to have that, like be like an adult and then just be like, let's all just have like dinner this weekend and like come over to my place. And
Yeah.
not so much
Yes,
like
it's my
restaurants and always
favorite.
going out, but like actually going to people's houses and just hanging out. I want that.
Yes, it's my
Mm.
favorite thing. I love it.
Mm.
I love it so much. It's like I love it.
Because I had that in college, but then basically once I left college, I like lost all of those friendships, and then I only had like 2 or 3 people, and then that all drifted, and I have you guys.
Yay!
Yay! Here we are,
Hooray.
Candy.
See, I
I'm
never went to
moving
college.
America.
Yay!
Oh my god,
Yeah,
this
I never-
reminds me.
Yeah.
I have Snapchat on my phone because I like to send people like pictures of King and stuff, and like when I go around and like see cool stuff, I'm like, look at this thing, because it's easy and quick, right? And I forgot that I had a college friend on my Snapchat, and
Mm.
he posted to his story that he was going live on Twitch, and I was like,
Oh.
How?
It has happened. Oh,
and they
no.
don't know that I stream, I guess, so I'm never gonna tell them now.
Dude, I actually
LOL.
think about that because I went to, especially because I was in a gaming course, I'm sure people that I used to go to college with watch VTubers.
Oh.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
I've
I'm
had
sure.
someone from my course that I did game development with come into my chat. It just was just like, hey man, I remember you from 3D game design, and like we made a game together like that. Cool.
Oh my
How are you
God.
doing? Are you stream? Yep, me too.
You just reminded me of something. I'm not gonna name names. I never told them, but there was someone who came to my chat once upon a time, and I knew who they were, but they have no idea who I am because I guess they don't remember me. But I saw them at a party in college once, and we hung out,
Oh.
and they were really nice. And then I
Oh.
never saw them again. But they said enough stuff that I realized that I knew them, and I just never told them.
That's
Oh.
crazy. Enemies to lovers.
No, I wasn't enemies with them. We were
Well, you don't know
acquaintances.
that.
You don't know that.
You're then arch nemesis.
Yeah, who knows?
Could have
We weren't arch nemesis. What the fuck?
There was only
Well,
one
you don't
person
know.
that I knew that went to my chat. It was my mom, and I banned her fucking ass. So that's what I did.
Ugh.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
she didn't
gross.
deserve to be there.
No.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
banned her quick.
My mom can just go to your chat instead.
My
Yeah,
family
I
watches
like I like Rose's mom.
Yeah, my mom's silly,
My
but
family
sometimes she
watches
says
my
way
Instagram.
too spicy stuff in my chat. And I know she's
family-
listening right now, so you better tone it the fuck down, mom.
What did you say, Kenny? Your family
All
watches
of my
your stream?
family watches my Instagram.
Your
All of my
Instagram.
family.
Oh,
Like, Yep, all of them.
Don't
Oh
you
my
post like
God.
the videos and stuff over there? Like
The
VTuber,
videos,
your
Candy?
videos, the ones
My
on-
TikToks and stuff, like the
Yeah.
like the short form. Yeah, they just all watch my Instagram. And then at Christmas, they were asking me about them.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's
Did
fun.
I tell you guys that my mom showed my great aunt one of the BDSM class I did?
oh,
Huh.
And then my great aunt was like, "Oh, Rose is doing such interesting stuff." And I was like, "Why would you show her that, Mom?"
Oh my
Yeah.
god. What the fuck?
I mean, Rose, your great aunt was probably into BDSM. It's like kinks are hereditary, you know.
I
all
remember
that.
back in my day, I really hit the whip. Nay.
I'm glad they're having these educational classes back in my day.
Back in
I
my
need
day, I
to
had to
book a
figure it out
therapy appointment.
myself.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
That's wild. I get the sentiment though of like, Mom, why would you show this to the ex-family member? Like, my mom did that with my very Christian, church-loving grandmother, and
Oh.
boy.
She didn't ask too many questions. She was just like, I don't really understand it. As long as you're having fun. She just kind of like wrote it off. But I don't think that she really wanted to know more because she just saw that it was very me and didn't want to interject with that. It was just like, okay, like it was fine. I just, yeah. It definitely came up around Thanksgiving though, during like a family meal. I've had siblings and other family members fact check me on, just stories I've told, and they're like, you told that story wrong. I'm like, here's the problem that when my family watches is that you guys, you know what, if you don't watch, then I don't have to worry about fact checking any of this because they're like, you actually told that one a little bit wrong before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But also, like, but I rebuttal that argument because that's from your perspective of the story. You know what I mean? Like, that's like your life perspective. So, like, there's no way to tell a life story wrong. Because that's like from what you remember.
Unless you're
like,
straight up lying.
Yeah, unless you're just fucking lying.
Yeah,
but,
to
like,
them, they thought I was because I wasn't like giving the correct recounting of the story. But it was also like a story from when I was very young, so I didn't know.
Yeah, but you also need to change certain details sometimes just for privacy reasons. So
Yeah,
it's not
that
like
too.
you're
I
going to
wasn't
be able
about
to just
to-
say like every single like gritty detail.
Yeah, my mother's
Mhm.
maiden name.
Yeah,
Right,
or like
right,
I was
right,
at this specific restaurant that's only local to this one town. Like, come
Right.
on.
Do you know what I was thinking about the other day?
Mm.
Like, there's going to be a point where people are just going to understand, I guess, the internet. Because I feel like the generation of people that don't understand the internet is like going out and like doxing and all this other stuff that's like, to me, common knowledge, right? It's just common sense to like not say personal things and this and that, blah, blah, whatever. Like, but like to people like that are older, like they don't know what that is. Like you try to explain that, you're like, because I feel like everyone's parents are like, yeah, I talked to Becky down the street. Her house is that red one that's like on the corner of blah 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 street. Like, but and then like that's very American. Like that's like so what
To
happens all
give
the
way
time.
too many personal details to
Yeah.
strangers.
And like I feel like it happens all the time.
I disagree, Buff. I disagree. I think that the new generation all wants to be influencers, and they'll be like, "This is how everywhere I walk every day," and they'll be like, show like their walking
Oh,
route.
you're right.
That is
Like,
true.
they'll be like, "I
sign in
go
the
here every
background.
week for Pilates because I want promotion, like them to promote me." But then
Yeah.
they get stalked,
That's
and then they
right.
can't be. That happens to like teenagers a lot. They're just like they overshare because they like want to leverage it to
You're
get.
right.
There's
Yeah.
also
and
people
my
who are
sister
just
and
stupid.
my mom. Well,
Like
my
I've
sister and
seen
my mom
people.
both post like photos of restaurants they're at, like when they're at them, and I'm like, girl, like
Oh, see, that's
What
streamer
the fuck?
101 is that you don't post those photos until you're fucking long
sometimes
gone,
they
dude.
like hold off, but it just doesn't occur to the day-to-day person sometimes of privacy. Whereas with
Mm.
VTubers, I think we're super like aware of that because
True.
Oh my
try to
god! Oh
manage
my
your
god! I
privacy.
had somebody speaking of like doxing and all that stuff. I had someone DM me. Thank you so much for DMing me. It's very sweet of you to do this. However, I thought it was kind of funny because they like DM'd me and they were like, "Buff, I'm sorry to tell you, but pictures of your
they'll
face
send
are
us.
online, and
Oh.
I'm so sorry." And I was like, if you just clicked on that image, you would have saw that it was me posting it. Like,
Right,
literally
right.
Me. Like I
I thought it
posted
was the
it.
guy that found you based on your watch.
Oh my god, that was
What?
so impressive. So there was one time I posted a picture and I was like, "Hey, I'm at this convention this weekend, blah blah whatever." And I like took a photo of me being there and I had my watch and they found me via my watch. They like were like, "Oh my god, I saw you posted this picture. I wanted to come say hi to you, but I didn't know like what you looked like because I wanted to like protect your privacy and not Google picture views, but I noticed that you had the same watch, so I'm assuming that you're this person." And I was just like, "Yeah, oh my god, it's great to meet you." Like I told people I was there, so like I wasn't like, but I was
Yeah.
like, what an interesting way to find me. They're like,
Yeah.
maybe be careful about that. And I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, you know
Yeah,
what?
they were like,
actually-
you should be careful because I found you based on your watch. And I was like,
yeah, I was like, well, thanks. That's interesting, but
I
like
found
they were
people
very
off
nice.
Stuff like that. There was one time. Do you guys know IRC, like the
Yeah.
chat client? It's an old chat client from like way
Vaguely.
back. Yeah, it's actually the base for Twitch chat still. But point is, once upon a time, somebody was harassing me on there, and they said they were gonna hack me, and I was like, I know you're not a hacker. And we had talked for a little bit before that, like that day, and that's the only time we ever talked. But they mentioned that their username had their middle name in it, and they mentioned which state they lived in. And just off of those two things and random shit they liked, I found their MySpace. And I then found their entire full name. I saw photos of their house. I saw photos of the streets near their house. So I started asking, like, oh, how is it over in this town? First name? And they were like, what? And I was like, yeah, and your brother so-and-so, how's he? And he was like, how do you know that? And I was like, well, I know everything because I hacked you. And I didn't hack him, but I knew he would believe it because he clearly was stupid. And he was like, ah! And then he never talked to me again.
That
He
sounds
literally
like high
just
school
went
stuff.
offline. And I was like, you dumbass.
That sounds like
That
high school
remind-
stuff.
That reminds me of when people do those like trends where it's like the first letter of your middle name and like the
Yes!
first like the your
It's all your security
like,
questions.
they like ask for things
Your
and then
first
it's like
pet when you were a child and the first street you lived on. Mm-hmm.
is like your stripper name.
Whoa.
That's like
Yeah.
secret answers, but yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
so funny.
Do you know what
Stupid
that
asses.
reminds me of? This is so
What?
stupid. I like those. I always get those TikToks where it's always like, the first letter of this name is gonna shit themselves tonight, and it's
I
always
love
like
those.
it's always like a letter that's like doesn't relate to me. It's just like blah, and I'm like, no, I guess I'm not shitting myself tonight.
With those, I always think, who do I know with that letter?
Yeah,
Right.
If you ever see somebody with R, you tell me.
for real.
That's true. If you see it one with S, let me know. I
wanna be-
I always look for those, but I never see one. So
No, it's always like I
Yeah.
don't know. It's always like a surprisingly, it's always like an L, and I'm like,
yeah,
I don't know
or
anyone.
J.
Yeah, I don't know anyone. Like I'm like
Mm-mm.
so.
I'm trying to think of
No.
someone now. Lynn!
Lynn Menchie.
Lynn
That's true.
Mametti.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
Well, guys,
Episode 17.
Episode 17. Guys, go check out Stardust Skate, our brand new arcade endless runner that came out a couple
Well.
weeks ago on Steam. It's super cheap. It's like $3. If you want to go check it out, support us, leave a good review on the game. That helps us spread around things so much. What else
do.
also helps us is checking out the VchiBan Fansly page. We got a lot of behind the scenes of game development and then behind the scenes of podcast stuff posted there, as well as an episode 0 that it's gonna feel like so ancient now. We also have a code with GamerSupps. Love GamerSupps. Use code VchiBan to get 10% off.
Yeah.
Yeah. All of those things support us.
Spell it like this.
It really does.
True.
Yeah.
I love the way
VCHIBAN.
we end podcasts because it sounds like the way that we end our streams, where you just kind of
Yeah.
like spitball everything that you
Yeah, join the
Dude,
Discord. Do
sometimes
this.
when
do
I
that.
end my streams, I'm just like, okay, I'm leaving. Bye. But I've been trying to be better about doing call outs. But
I
usually I
always-
raid and then I
always
forget.
I do it
end by
during the
giving my
raid
chat a
time.
smooch.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do it during the raid time. Whenever I do like the raid counter, I'm just like, okay, bye. Blah, 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 okay, see you later, bye.
Yeah,
Like,
I gotta start doing that. I just
Yeah.
forget. I'm just like,
Yeah.
get out of here. Get the fuck out of here.
anyways, bye guys.
Yes, I-
Episode